Hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sam back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi. So today I am going to do my top 7 perfumes for men only from Lattafa. Since everybody is just going crazy over Lattafas of late, I thought maybe I should make some more videos about Lattafa and add Swiss Arabian, Rasasi, Al Haramin as they get new releases. So let's not waste time, and I want to start my list. I'm gonna do 7 best because 7 is my favorite number, and I just cannot have only 5 or less because there's never enough numbers to add latafas, So if you're just starting off and if you're a man, these are the perfumes that I like for men. And personally, I think they're unisex and I would use them as well. But there's some of them that I would add some sweetness to, so I could use it as a female perfume. But let's start. Let me start with a given, which is the Oud Mood. This is a beautiful starter oud. If you have never tried oud before, if you want to get into oud, this is a perfectly non-overwhelming oud. And it is one of the, let's say, purest, I can't say purest, it's more like, it's very oud forward. So you're smelling more of oud. The other ingredients are like there in the background. This is a very beautiful, soft, cold oud. It doesn't smell barnyardy or animalic. So the opening of this is rose, saffron and pimento. And I will tell you, the initial rose is not so rosy. It's not syrupy, it's not jammy. It's a nice, mild, light rose that doesn't overwhelm you. And that's why the agarwood, the oud, comes forward much more. The middle notes for this are agarwood, caramel, floral notes and patchouli. And the base notes are resins, woody notes, amber, incense and musk. Okay, no doubt this is a very incensey perfume. So most of the oud perfumes, you have this incensey quality to it. And when I say incense, it's like when we burn bakhur. It's that kind. It's like you're burning the oud stick, and that's the incensey feeling. So you cannot classify incense as one category because there's so many different types of incenses. But this is more of a oud incense. So let's just say, take an oud perfume and add some smokiness to it, and that's this one. Now, why I'm saying this is like a starter oud, because this doesn't project too much. It's more of like a bubble, a scent bubble that you have around yourself. And over here, I wear this like any time of the day. Look, I've made quite a bit of a dent. You might not think that's much, but the amount of perfumes I have, like this is a big dent, And officially, let's just call it a winter scent because this is very much your comfy, it's cold outside and you wear this perfume and it gives you a bit of warmth, coziness, and you just smell soft and beautiful. And this is not harsh, although most of the oud perfumes, in my opinion, come out like really strong, really bold, and it's very like obnoxiously look at me kind of perfume. This is not. This is sweet, it's nice, it is a mild, calm, quiet oud. They compare this to Lancome's Oud Bouquet, but there's another perfume in Lattafa that I will share. That is closer to Oud Bouquet than the Oud Mood, although this is supposed to be duping that. But frankly speaking, I think it's a perfume on its own, and this is a very Lattafa signature perfume, and there's nothing, in my opinion, anything like this on the market. So that's Oud Mood for you. Now that was like a beginner oud. Now if you want oud like with power and pizzazz and like if you want it in the look at me obnoxious way, you have your Eternal Oud. This is one of the new releases from Lattafa, although it's not so new, but for me it's new. And this is from their Pride collection. So these are like slightly pricier, but if you get it from the right source, you can get it quite cheap. Now this perfume is, it's like a combination of spices, oud, herbs, everything combined, and it's like, it smells like a spice market, an Arabian spice market. So where they actually have this bakhur burning. So if you ever come to Dubai, actually I should go and make a film, like a vlog over there and show you guys like the spice market in Dubai. And it smells like the spice market because they have these bakhurs burning everywhere, and then you have like your rows and rows of like shops selling incenses, resins, spices, and this is like a whole culmination of like all that essence of like a proper spice market, this is the one. This is compared to MFK's Grand Soir, but it is in the same DNA, but it doesn't smell exactly like that. So I can't say like this is a dupe for it, so go buy this if you like Grand Soir or if you can't afford Grand Soir. But this will give you the same feel, the same feeling. This was a very popular perfume, by the way. This is a very popular perfume because right now it's just escalating. Everybody's like buying it. And trust me, like this will like sell out, and once it sells out, the next batch, it'll be pricier. So if you can get your hands, if you like oud forward perfumes, so this is not for the faint-hearted. This is like really strong, really powerful. Like I made the mistake again of like going second with this one. This one should have been tested last because it's so strong and powerful that it'll overwhelm me, and like the other perfumes will not smell all that in front of this. The top note for this is grapefruit and plum. The middle notes are heliotrope and orchid, and the base notes are benzoin, amber, vanilla, tonka bean, agarwood, and labdanum. Perfection. This for me, and like I know like people are like saying that it smells a bit like gasoline, but not at all. For me, it's like let it sit for some time. If you buy it, let it sit in a cold, dark place and in your cupboard or something where it's like hidden, and take it out after a month or two, and that gasoline smell will be like completely gone. The only beef I have with this is like the perfume bottle. It's people like it, but for me, it's like an eyesore. Look at that. So this coppery brassy color, like it's not me. It like looks like tree bark, but it's shiny. Maybe if this was like matte or made out of wood or something, I would be like more into it, like the bottle, you know. But for me, this is like a very tacky bottle, and frankly speaking, if I remove this and I keep it like this, I'll feel better on my vanity especially. While this will last you around 4 hours and then it'll become a skin scent, this will be like 8+ hours and it'll project a lot. This one will not project too much, maybe like a feet or 2 feet. But this one is like 6 feet, COVID distance, you know, like it'll go. So the next one is new in my collection, but it's a very old perfume. And they had a recent flanker for it, which is why it has crept up again and everybody is buying it to compare it to the new one. So this is the Qaed Al Fursan, and the new one is Qaed Al Fursan Unlimited, and you're never going to see that on my channel again because I hate that perfume. It's too lactonic, too annoying, too cloying for me, and I don't like that perfume at all. Immediately you get this pineapple burst, like by the way, the cap is like magnetic, so it's like, you know, and the top portion I feel is like the Dior perfumes, you know. This is compared to Black XS and Black XS. But I don't know. I've never smelled Black XS, but maybe Ali knows. And I asked him last time and he was like, it smells familiar, but like he doesn't quite remember how Black XS smelled because it was a long time ago. This comes in the top notes of pineapple and saffron. And yeah, like immediately you get like this beautiful fruity accord with coldness of saffron and sweetness of saffron, but at the same time it has something about it. By the way, this is the most realistic pineapple like you get. It's literally like you open the pre-cut pineapples and they're little overripe, and it smells, my mouth is watering because I love pineapples. You get this manliness also along with it, which is the balsamic fir. I think that's like what's giving it that like woody, foresty kind of feel. And the base notes are, the middle notes are jasmine and balsamic fir, and the base notes are amber, cedar, and agarwood. Now for me, this is not an oud perfume at all. So although they say it's agarwood, it is like a woody feeling. It's not agarwood forward. So for me, this is just like a nice woody, foresty, earthy as in a nice foresty smell. And for some reason, I'm getting a bit of tobacco, but this smells like a person who is... I had given this perfume to Jamie Campbell Bower, and like he has this androgynous thing about him where he leans feminine and masculine both, like, you know. But this is that kind of perfume. But don't let that put you off. This is definitely like for men. If you're worried about like your masculinity, no, a perfume will not define you. So please don't think about that. This is a gorgeous perfume. Definitely a must try before buying, because some people might get like really thrown off with the pineapple smell because it is like a very realistic pineapple, and like if you do not like that kind of note, you will not like it. But for me, this is an instant attraction. Like Ali has been wearing this and I love this perfume on him so much. And especially because it has that little backdrop of woodiness, and like I feel like there's a tinge, like a tinge of tobacco in it, and Actually, you know what? I need to get a tobacco perfume and see if I can layer these two together and see how it goes, because this is like wow. This has got 4.35 on Fragrantica, which is a lot, and people love this. And this is like bang for your buck because it's very, very cheap. It's an old perfume, so it's going for like almost like $10, $12, and it's like a very much worth it perfume. It's like 100 ml, and I love it. The bottle is glass, not plastic, and I like it. And see this kind of packaging. So it does say that it's an Arabian perfume, but at the same time, it's not tacky like this guy, you know, like. So like this is like miles apart. Nothing like oud heavy or oriental or anything. This is like a very Western perfume with a slight woodiness. The next one is perfume which I love and not many people like it. It's the Abiyedh Leather. This is such a crude, like crude is the right word. It's just like, you know, when you enter a factory where they make things out of leather, it's like initially you feel that kind of leather, like it's like processing, or like a authentic leather goods shop. You know, when you enter it, it smells like this, like it's stocked up and everything. It's like smell of old leather, but in a nice way. This is like super masculine, like so you can't get more masculine than this because it's like so leather forward, and I feel like a bit of like the tobacco leaf in it, which is not listed if I'm not mistaken. Let me see the notes because I don't remember this one. Oh, it's there. It's available on Fragrantica. So this has actually got only 3.5 on Fragrantica. Not many people like it. The top notes for this are juniper berry, pink pepper, cardamom, and raspberry. I don't get any of that. The middle notes are iris, ginger, and rose, and I don't get that either. The base notes are leather, white musk, and amber, and that's exactly what this perfume is. Like literally, like it has bypassed the top notes and the middle notes, and you just jumped onto your base notes. I love this perfume so much. It's also very good for layering because if you want like a little, if a perfume is too sweet, for example, if the Qaed Al Sultan is a little, Qaed Al Fursan, sorry, I keep saying Qaed Al Sultan. Qaed Al Fursan, if it's a little too sweet for you, I think this will work, but let's try. Yeah, this has made it like something else. My goodness. Okay, so if you combine these, for me, if you combine this with anything sweet, or anything fruity, it'll work. Like the last time I had compared, like I had mixed and matched the Ana Abiyedh original and the Ana Abiyedh leather, and the fragrance which was created was intense and amazing. And I think it's a good combination with Qaed Al Fursan as well. It gives Qaed Al Fursan a little bit more masculinity, if I may say. It just gives it a little bit more of crudeness. I love this perfume. Like, I don't care if people like it or not. Like, Ali also initially, he did not like it, but I told him, let it sit on your like clothes for a bit and you just see how this perfume transforms. Because like the initial blast, of course, it's a leather forward perfume. So you feel a bit like overwhelmed with the leather, especially if you're not expecting it. This is like, so when you buy this and when you be prepared, you're gonna smell leather, right? And then you'll see this, the magic of this perfume. It stays forever. It's like 8+ hours. Like, I don't think it even leaves your clothes. Like after the wash, it goes away. But this perfume for me is like a 10 out of 10. I love this perfume so much. I'm gonna go a little faster because I think I spoke too much about Eternal Oud or something. The next one is a recent discovery of mine. I bought this only because I had the Heyaaaaa and the Heyaaaaa Moi, and this one shares the bottle, which is like really ugly and tacky. I hate the bottles of Heyaaaaa and Heyaaaaa Moi, and unfortunately they used to have a different packaging for this, and then they changed it and they made it exactly like those bottles. I have no idea why. Initially it was just like the black bottle but without this tacky belt thingy, whatever it is, you know. This is probably one of the best perfumes I've smelled for a man. Like for the amount, it's like a joke. It's like a joke. Like any man, I don't think anybody will not like this perfume. This is like they say it's a dupe for Sauvage Elixir. This one on Fragrantica got a 4.37. People love it. And as a woman, I'm telling you, for a guy, this is like gorgeous. So this is, they have not put it in categories of top, middle and base. They've just said it's spicy notes, clove, vanilla, amber and sandalwood. And this is exactly what it is. It's like a lot of spices with a sweetness of vanilla and some resins in the background. And like the woodiness of sandalwood, but you know, like the sandalwood gives it like a creamy woodiness. It's that kind of woodiness. I love this perfume. It's a spice bomb. So like initially I went through the Oud perfumes, then I went through a fruity one which was Qaed Al Fursan, then we did the Abiyedh Leather which was leather, and this one is a completely different path altogether. This is like a spicy perfume. So it's all about spices, some herbs maybe, and vanilla. Like when I smelled this for the first time, I was like, because I wasn't expecting much from, because after smelling Yara and Yara more, and then I was like, they've given this the same bottle. I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be something soft and like, you know, very mild and everything. But when I sprayed it, I was like, wow, you know, it's like hit me, and I'm like, oh, one of the best perfumes ever. Next one, we have two more left. I'm gonna go for a new one first, which is the Nobel collection, Al Nobel collection from Lattafa, and this is their Wazeer. Wazeer means minister, and then they have like Amir, which is the prince, then they have the Safir, which is like the ambassador, yeah, and then there was like Wazeer, which is like your minister. Now this perfume, I don't think it's compared to anything, but for me, this is like a mild woody floral. So all the perfumes, this would be probably the mildest ones amongst them. And out of the three, Al Nobel, this was my favorite. I hated the green one because it smelled like a biryani pot. And the black one is very ordinary, especially for a person living in the Middle East. Those kind of scents are like, it's like Oud Mood category, which is like basic oud and sweet and cold and very mellow. But I think this entire collection, the entire collection of Al Nobel, they have made it very like mild and mellow, which is kind of nice because of summer, because everywhere it's like summer and you don't want to smell like overwhelming. I guess for that, this is like really good. But I'll tell you something, in the first spray, you're not gonna like any of the three Al Nobel. You need to like let it sit on the strip or on your skin or on your clothes and then wait, you know. So wear it in the morning and see how it like progresses throughout the day. And I promise you, you're gonna love this perfume. This one has the top notes of mint, bitter orange, bergamot and juniper. Middle notes of iris, dark chocolate, raspberry, caramel and pear. And the base notes are cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, amber, vanilla and musk. So the mintiness is there, yes. And then you have all your fruits and everything, which is your raspberries, your bergamot, juniper. The bad thing is like they say it has dark chocolate, and I was kind of looking forward to it because I love the combination of fruits and chocolate. It's like one of my favorite scents ever, and I was hoping that since it has raspberries, it'll give it that berry chocolate kind of a feel, but it's not. It's just slightly boozy, but then you know it's like quite overwhelming with the woods because you can smell fruits and woods. So I would just tell you that this is a fruity wood, but no doubt, like it's beautiful. It's very well-rounded. Like although it has so many ingredients, it doesn't feel so. It feels like it probably has like 8 or 9 ingredients, not more. And it's nice. Like see, like initially when I sprayed it, I was not like feeling it. I was like, okay, yeah, it's a good perfume, blah, you know. But this is exactly how I felt the first time I sprayed it. And now, every time I stick it to my nose, I will get this weird, like that, you know, I keep calling it like a plummy feeling. Like it's an overripe fruit, but this is definitely the raspberry. But it has that overripe raspberry smell, and oh, it's so beautiful. I love it, love it, love it, love, love, love. So the top notes, like they stay for long. Like usually top notes stay for 30 minutes or so. But in this, like the top note stays for long and then it starts fading slowly, slowly. By the way, this is the strip which I put, if I touch it to my nose, it irritates my nose a little bit. And I think it's because of the mint in it. So try it, like do the skin test with all the Arabian perfumes, but please do a skin test first, because if you overspray, and some people with higher oil concentrations, they are not like, their skin is like, it will not like it, you know. So test it first. I would spray this on my clothes, to be honest with you. I'm not going to put this on my skin. I love it so much. So this is like, for me, like again, another maybe 8 out of 10. And to be honest with you, every time I spray it, I like it more and more, and it's touching, it's at the border of 10 out of 10 now. So these are my recommendations from my Lattafa unisex or masculine leaning perfumes. And if I had to start from scratch, and if I had to buy like masculine perfumes, especially like for Ali, from only Lattafa, because trust me, for unisex Middle Eastern perfumes, there's endless possibilities. Like you have like a lot. So picking like 7, just 7 from Lattafa was tough, but these would be my original 7 picks for if you're starting from scratch and you want to buy the Lattafa perfumes. As a man, buy this. Or if you're a woman who has masculine taste, who likes it like me, go for it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It was fun for me because usually I have a combination of different scents, but I've been leaning towards a lot of masculine smelling fragrances. I have no idea why, because maybe I went through this phase during winter, which was like a gourmand season. So I completely immersed into gourmand fragrances, and now suddenly I am, because it's summer. Initially I was loving the citrus scents, and now I'm I just like these spicy, woody, earthy, oudi scents, which are not too heavy, but at the same time you want to put your nose up against the person who will be wearing these perfumes, you know. So this was an absolute love for me. I love filming this today. I feel very good, and it's the weekend and I'm still filming. One of you asked me why YouTube, I have more than 4,000 followers, so why YouTube is not paying me. It is because I live in Dubai, and to get the address verification done, it's very tough because you need a PO box, and we as residents, you don't really need a PO box if you're a person, an individual. For a company, you do need one. So I can have a PO box, but not necessarily, it's not necessary for me to have a PO box. So I found this out after learning a lot. It was not YouTube or AdSense that told me that you need to get a box, but I researched a lot. I asked a lot of people, and they were like, just give your PO box of your office and see how it goes. But each process takes time. So now next time I want to ask for the code, which will come to my address physically, and then I have to enter in the system. You can only add a new address after 1 month or 1.5 months, something like that. So it's just taking a really long time. So I am making money, but I'm not getting it into my account. But trust me, it's like a meager amount. If you want to see how I started the channel and the process for it, although there's so many people already doing it and they're doing such a good job, so I don't know if you would want to hear my story about it, because it's I'm not that tech savvy and everything. I was just learning on my own and getting things done. So let me know if you want to see that, although it will not be an interesting one for me to make. So why am I even giving you that option then? Anyhow, guys, I love you so much. So I will see you next time, hopefully in a couple of days. Stay safe, be kind, keep smiling. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.